The end of August 2025 brings about one of the most significant transits that will be unfolding over the next few years. Uranus sextiles Neptune exactly on August 28th for the first time, and they will continue to have a total of 5 exact sextiles into 2027. This is a big deal. This is a significant transit, and it's opening up more expansive understandings of who we are as human beings on the planet right now. Now, Uranus in Gemini sextiling Neptune in Aries is going to take us to the next level in our collective and individual spiritual awakenings. There is going to be even more information, experiments, stories, and understandings coming out, being published, discussed, revealed. This also includes more of the off-planet experiments that have been happening not only up there in the cosmos, but also on other planets. This is going to be some really fascinating revelations around technologies that have been previously hidden or used only in very specific ways coming to the forefront, and we're going to see more of what's possible and what we're capable of that maybe we thought was only a sci-fi movie. In fact, that's how I'm seeing it, is that whatever has been shown in various science fiction movies, that's no longer sci-fi. That's part of our new reality, including, for example, teleporting, including various things that have been done that you watch a movie and you're like, whoa, that's so cool. That must have been amazing for them to bring that together on screen. And then it's going to come into our lives, especially over the next 2 years and beyond, and drastically shift how we live our lives. And that's part of what Uranus and Gemini will be doing here into 2033. So we're going to be moving quickly into crazy, bizarre, out of the box, out of the blue developments. And this can be both wildly exciting, and it's going to bring up even more potential disbelief, even more questions, even more things that there could be a sense of, I don't believe this is actually real, because our consciousness is evolving to a point of accepting it. And so that's going to be one of the more individual experiences of this Uranus and Gemini sextiling Neptune and Aries 5 times into 2027. Our consciousness is moving into whole new territory of understanding and learning what's possible on our planet. I do feel that we're going to have even more, I'm going to call them downloads of intelligence that supports humanity's evolution. And this is coming from benevolent, loving beings who want humanity to grow and evolve, who want us to be better and to move past various stories. I'm seeing stories that haven't been fully told or fully disclosed. There's going to be new information coming forward about the bigger picture of it all, galactic beings who have been involved, various other species, and we'll call them entities has a bad connotation, but other energy beings that have been lovingly guiding humanity. And there's going to be more disclosures, more information coming out about what we're actually capable of as human beings that will continue to activate more in our neurological programming, more in our DNA and our body consciousness, flashbacks, memories, reminders, different messages and insights from other places, other realms, other timelines. This is powerful galactic energies that we are learning to integrate and work with, even though it really can challenge what we've been taught or told, especially through the history books. It's going to bring up some bigger questions about what's the real story here, what's really been happening. And we will have more solid answers and information. Going back to the intelligence that's going to be coming on the planet, more galactic teachings and galactic intelligence. Not just AI, artificial intelligence, but the more advanced, I guess we could call them alien intelligence. But there are different realms of intelligence, and that's how I'm seeing it, as circles, as these various circles that overlap in their consciousness and in their understanding. And we're going to get more information, wisdom, and details than ever before over these next 2 years. And it's going to be, again, exciting and fascinating and just blowing our minds at the same time. New discoveries, new hidden realms on the planet, more in-depth explorations of what's been happening on our planet, especially in different frequencies. There are frequencies we can't see with the human eye. There are frequencies we can't see at night because we don't have the nocturnal vision that other creatures and animals have, for example. So we are understanding that we can't even see all the frequencies on this planet, and that's going to be part of what we start to perhaps invite in and work with more consciously, is that now we're ready to understand what other energies are here that we haven't been able to visually or physically see, but they exist in other frequency realms. I do feel like more people are going to have a heightened relationship with energy. You're going to go into a space, and I'm actually seeing this as a forest, nature. So not necessarily in the cities or in a skyrise building or at your local coffee shop. I'm seeing this as going into other territories that are natural environments, but you start to feel and sense that there's more going on here than meets the eye. And I don't mean this to sound scary. I'm just saying, like, we are becoming more energetically attuned to what is alive and here on this planet, and that's part of our next level awakening. And that's beginning in August, this exact sextile. And the sextile between Uranus and Gemini and Neptune and Aries is signaling a cosmic clock going off. Not an alarm, because a sextile is more harmonious and graceful. A sextile brings in opportunities, but in order to make the most of a sextile, you have to do something with it. So the sextile is going to be this interesting passive background energy, but if you are moved towards it, especially if you have planets or points at 1 degree or the early degrees of the air and fire signs, you're going to feel a curiosity and a pull into these energies. You're going to be like, what's going on here? I want to figure this out. I want to explore this. I want to play with this energy. And so some people are going to feel more actively involved with this sextile. It will be more personal for them, and it will even be more, I'm going to say ground shaking. It's going to be more alive and more something that is activating, again, your next level of consciousness and your next level spiritual awakening. there can be a lot coming up here that we are, learning to trust what our body's response is. Going back to going out into different environments, going into the forest, going for a walk at a park, going into spaces that are beautifully grounded and connected with the earth, you might start to feel new things coming up for you. You might start to feel that you're connecting to the elementals more, the fairies. You're feeling more of, again, these energies and beings in other frequencies. They're more alive for you. This is exciting. This is a beautiful confirmation of your own energetic evolution. So keep that in mind, that we're beginning here in August a really exciting new chapter in our consciousness, and it will bring up big questions, new narratives. Stories are going to be rewritten. They're going to be rewritten with the information that wasn't available beforehand. Stories are going to be rewritten to include things that were omitted, wiped out, erased. We're also going to have more stories coming from off-planet sources. I'm seeing these as certainly some hybrid beings that have been on the planet, but also I'm seeing it as intentional messengers who can connect directly with some humans easier than others. I'm also seeing these as physical beings who are showing up as humans, but their DNA is different, and there's something about their blood that's different. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's a different chemical composition or something. So that's part of what has also been happening on the planet, and we're going to start to be more aware of these beings, of these energies, and again, the bigger story of Earth and the cosmos. And it's going to be quite a wild ride. So we will keep talking about this, since this is the first of 5 exact sextiles that lasts into 2027. The sextiles actually continue beyond that into 2029, but they're not exact. So keep in mind that this is an important gateway. This is an important gateway here that we are moving through. And I hope this gives you a heads up into some of the new information, stories, narratives, developments, all that stuff that's going to be unfolding here rapidly over the next 2 years. So as always, thank you for joining me. I'll be back with another video soon. But I'd love to see in the comments what you've come across in regards to these themes, like what you've discovered or what you've seen lately that connects us to more galactic beings, to new technologies, experiments, all these things that are happening right now. They can get lost, and they're not always, of course, disclosed or openly shared. But if you have anything you want to share in the comments below, I would love to check it out. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you back here on my YouTube channel soon.